I was not originally going to record tonight, but after tonight's events, and now that everybody gets to suffer along with me, I cannot not record. Because yesterday I was talking to Alex, talking about how if Izzy goes home and I have to suffer without Izzy on the feeds, you all have to suffer with me. I'm sorry. This fandom and all the hypocrisy and all the fakeness, I get so sick of it every season. And I usually don't give a crap about the majority of these players on these seasons. And outside of Ozza and Big Brother 23 and Izzy this season, they're the only people that I go hard for. So now that Izzy is out, unfortunately, and all the chaos that happened on feeds today with some of these idiots burying their game, we'll get to the HOH results here in a second. But the fight today between Jared and Corey was pretty great, even though it was just terrible for both of their games. I have to sit here. Damn, my hair's a mess, but that's because I didn't plan on recording tonight. I had to just sit here and laugh at both of them ruining their games. I said this yesterday. Alex disagreed with me, but Corey doing all of this, mostly just for America, was a horrible move. Corey just exposed himself in that conversation that he knows all this information, so clearly he's playing the middle just like he's telling that Jared and Sari and Blue are doing, because he has all this information that he's spouting off on everyone. And Jared always is able to get one up on Corey, despite what everybody wants to think or hate on Jared. Jared always gets one up on Corey. He set this in motion by giving a lie to Matt that Jag told him information that there was a flip this week. Matt bought it because it's easy to blame Jag because Jag has played such a terrible game that, and this cast in general just talks so much that it's easy to believe that lie of Jared's to get the real information that there might be a flip. I thought that was great of Jared, and that sent Corey and Matt into a panic, which just made them have to ruin their blind side, and it exposed Corey's game in the process, which I thought was pretty great. Jared did terrible in that conversation as well. It exposed Jared, of course, in that conversation too. All that conversation really did was help Sari, of course. She's so calm in those situations where these other people are getting heated and spiraling. Sari's social game came up huge once again, which was pretty fun to watch. That entire fight was pretty chaotic. And, you could always count on chaos from this cast. And once again, we are about to have chaos. The fandom's going to be in an uproar. All of these fake ass podcasters, which are about 97% of the podcasters, are going to sit here and they're going to act all sad and they're going to act all morally superior. Oh my God, Jared HOH again. He's so terrible. He's such a terrible person. Even though all of the AmeriCorey stands are far, far worse than Jared. You could get on Twitter and see the AmeriCorey stands saying some of the worst shit this season, and then they will go to bat for things that Cam says when Cam's on American Corey's side, and things that Corey says that could be problematic because it's American Corey. Just sick of the hypocrisy, and here I always have to call it out. So yes, I'm sorry, I am very glad that Jared won the HOH here. It's funny because everybody counted Jared out of this comp, including myself. I knew Blue was going to do good in this comp. I did not know Bowie Jane was going to do good in this comp and possibly throw the comp, because that is all she does. She doesn't want power. She just wants to just coast along in this game. But Jared is the HOH, and it should mean bad news for America or Corey, maybe possibly Cam. I hope it's America or Corey that goes this week, because obviously I just want the America stands to go away. And if America's gone and there's no jury, she's out of the house completely, then they all go away and that would be great. However, if Corey goes as well, I will just sit here and laugh, because this man, this boy is so pathetic. Last season we gave Kyle all this shit, and rightfully so, for throwing away his game for his showmans, but at least he was getting pussy. But Corey throwing it away for just dry humping with America is so pathetic to me. He did throw his game away for America. He did a terrible thing yesterday voting out Izzy. It was so dumb this early in the game to vote out the only person that was his ally instead of America. And like I was trying to explain yesterday to Alex, if Corey was doing such a good job with this yesterday, he would have been able to not only rally a group together to go after Jared if that was what he wanted, but also keeping Izzy in the game to have something on the side with Izzy. That is what you do when it's still pre-jury in a game. It was just way too soon. And he just does not have the social chops to pull that off. We saw that today, him exposing himself. And it looks like Matt was going to bat for Jared a lot in that argument between Corey and Jared. And they seem to be getting along very well after the HOH comp. So I think after all this chaos and after everything being burnt down from Cameron's HOH and now Izzy being gone, I think it is going to be a great week for Sari to get to rebuild things because so much was exposed today. It's almost like a reset. And if Corey and America were going to go so hard yesterday, then they should have won HOH. You can't do all that what they did yesterday. You can't have a terrible argument like Corey had today and then not win HOH. America was out so soon in that wall comp, which surprised me a little too. Although in the back of my head, I always thought that holding a button is a lot different than staying on a wall. So yeah, that is a much more physical comp. And I always thought in the back of my head that Blue would do better at this comp than America. Did not think Jared would, but nobody can talk shit about Jared's competitions wins anymore. Even if Bowie Jane threw it, Jared still did better than any man his size usually does at that wall competition. Now, I'm not going to be too positive with Jared because he does get on my nerves and he does do way too much, but I mean, the entire cast does. I think he did terrible today in that argument with Corey, just like Corey did. But unlike Corey or America, Jared won the HOH. And now Jared will likely target one of those two or Cam. I don't want Cam to go either, at least not this soon, because everybody has to suffer with me. I'm sorry. The Twitterverse, all the dummies on there that just get on there and be fake and they're like a bunch of sheep, and then the podcasters on YouTube that follow along like a bunch of sheep because it gets more views. I get so tired of it that I'm just glad that everybody gets to suffer with me now. Jared's going to be HOH for a week. Maybe he'll go home on the double eviction, but maybe not. I hope America or Corey go this week. That will be the ultimate. There is a chance that they don't go, though. But if one of them does go, I will certainly be here to celebrate. I'm sorry for all the AmeriCorey stands. I'm sorry that, per usual, Twitter is always wrong and gets behind a bunch of bad players. They do this every season, and it does bring me joy every single season.